All right, I've finally come up with a name for these kind of talks. I'm gonna call them thought talks. I'm not. I'm talking thought talk. I'm not talking thought as in your ex girlfriend who slept around a little bit too much. And Kima, that's for you. But anyways, let me get straight on topic. So basically, I'm gonna talk about consumer culture, cereal, breakfast items. So let me jump straight into it. So let's look at cereal. Why is it that we eat cereal for breakfast? Cereal is not that nutritionally adequate. Yet we all kind of have this general understanding and agreement that oh, cereal's a breakfast thing. You know, if you're eating cereal for dinner, it's because you were lazy or you didn't have anything else to eat. It's not a dinner thing. That's not healthy. It's not healthy for dinner, but it's healthy for breakfast. It makes no sense. But we've been ingrained this. This is what marketing has done to us. We see all these TV ads where they tell us, "Oh, here's Captain Crunch. They're great." Or "Cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs." You know, they get us while we're kids. They see these cartoon characters. They get these food dyes. You know, cereals made out of wheat, sugar, food coloring, and some supplements. Supplements because otherwise, what's the point of eating it? There's no nutritional value, almost none, besides the supplements that they add in. So they get us while we're kids with these shiny colors. I'm not gonna do one finger, but the food coloring. Then they get us with the sugar as we're kids. These two things to combine are what get us as lifelong consumers. Lifelong. Because once we start eating this, now we're gonna give this to our kids. You know, we're gonna eat this as a snack. We're gonna have this for breakfast when we're lazy, we don't wanna cook. Or we don't wanna spend money, you know? That's how it works. It's marketing. It's consumerism. But in reality, if you just made yourself a smoothie with some wheatgrass, chia seeds, flax seeds, I know it sounds like some white people stuff, but it's just healthy. Health doesn't have to be a white person thing, okay? So if you just made some strawberry, some banana, get a strawberry banana smoothie with some chia seeds or some spinach. Just don't put a lot of spinach. Just put enough so you can't taste the spinach. That's way better breakfast. That's way better breakfast. Way better. You know, and it's easy and fast and quick. And you know what I'm saying? It tastes great. I love smoothies, man. Consumerism, man. Consumer culture. That's what dictates our food choices, and ultimately, that's what leads us into a hospital. You know, when you look at the statistics, when you look at the facts, what's the number one killer in America? Heart disease. Heart disease is the clogging of the arteries. So basically, fat gets clogged in our arteries because of what we're eating. That's what heart disease is. That's why you have a stroke. That's why you have blood clots. That's what a heart attack is. I mean, for the most part, the main portion. Okay, some is linked to DNA, but the majority of it is our food choices. The majority. Okay, you can greatly reduce your chances for a heart attack down from about 50%. I'm not making this shit up. You can look it up yourself. From about 50% to about 4% if you change your diet. That's facts, man. You can look that up if you don't believe me. But yeah, it's like it's funny how our food choices, which have been so strewn and misled by corporations and marketing, ultimately are what's gonna kill us. You know what's even more funny on top of that? What we eat is gonna kill us, right? But then on top of that, whenever we get older, you know, we need Viagra. You know, we need pills. You know, we need supplements. When if we just changed our diet in the first place, all these problems would go away because they're all linked to our diet. But nobody wants to understand that. No one sees that. You know why doctors don't tell you that? You know why these pharmaceutical companies lobby the government? I'm sounding like a conspiracy theorist right now, but really think about it, man. You know, all these drugs basically, they call them what do they call them? They don't call them drugs. They call them um, um, I forget the word, but pharmaceutical companies. They treat you right. Whenever you go to the doctor, he gives you some pills and drink some water, and oh, run a mile, and you'll be good. But in reality, most of the times, it's not gonna cure us. This pill will not cure you. It's to keep you on it. So basically, you're eating bad food. You land yourself in a hospital when you're old. Then he gives you some pills to keep going. You know, it's funny. It's funny how instead of fixing the problem, which is a bad diet, a poor diet, poor nutrition, Instead of fixing the problem, they give you some drugs which they can sell to you for a huge price and then keep you on that till you die. You know, it's real funny how that works, man. That's our system now. That's our system. They advertise this McDonald's. We go to the play area. We get a Happy Meal. Oh, it's so great. Colorful, red and yellow. Love those colors. Did you know red actually makes you want to eat food? Makes you hungry? I mean, I'm not going to look at a damn red pill and go, that looks tasty. You know what I'm saying? But statistically speaking, that's true. That's why McDonald's does a lot of red. But, you know, when you look at consumer culture, if you didn't know, consumer culture is basically what consumers, or what we, people that buy things, what we all kind of do. It's a culture in a way. Basically, the reason why I went vegetarian in the first place and then vegan later was because I realized the system, and I realized what's going on and what food is doing, you know. Particularly, I had conflict in my morals. In my head, I'm like, hey, animal cruelty is wrong. You know, I say this, everybody says, animal cruelty is wrong, man. We shouldn't do that. But then we go and we eat at McDonald's. Or we go and we eat some humane raised steak. But we don't really understand how that works. We don't understand that in order to get this steak, we understand it, but we don't really understand it. We don't see it. We don't like to see the slaughterhouse. No one likes to see that. I don't like to see that. You know, but if that's what it takes for us to understand what we're doing to animals, if that's what it takes for us to understand that we are causing this to animals when we don't have to. And I know some of y'all are gonna think, oh well, cows aren't really animals. That's not animal cruelty because it was humane, bro. Cows don't want to die. I hate to break it to you, but like, you look at your dog, you look at India, you look at China, you look at America. In India, cows are sacred, right? It's a religion thing. They don't eat cows. They understand that cows feel pain and emotion just like our dogs do. So what cows are in India are similar to what our pets, our dogs, our horses, our cats are in America. You know, and in China, they don't see either. You know, they probably have some other kind of culture thing. But culture should not dictate your morals. Your morals should be what you think is right and wrong. If you think animal cruelty is wrong, you can't say, oh, well, I'm American, so I'm going to eat cows. I'm going to eat pigs. I'm going to eat chickens. And if you're Indian, you know, just because you're raised in this culture doesn't mean it's going to dictate your morals. Just because you live in China, and not all of China, there are only specific parts of Asia, just because the culture around there is to eat dogs and cats doesn't mean you should too. Same thing in America. Just because the culture around here is to eat a specific animal doesn't mean we should too. We should really look at it and say, all right, well, this animal feels pain. In fact, pigs are smarter than a 3-year-old. Pigs are smarter than dogs. That's facts. Look it up if you don't believe me. But yet we still eat these animals. It causes them pain and suffering. When we slit their throat, cut them in half, watch them bleed to death. We don't see the suffering whenever we're eating bacon, though. We don't see the suffering whenever we're eating the juicy hamburger. So we disconnect. And we understand meat comes from a slaughterhouse, but we don't see it. And when we don't see it, we kind of want to deny it's really going on. And we really want to deny that we're causing it. Because just like donuts, just like how consumer culture and breakfast items have made donuts a breakfast item, and that's why donut shops open from 5 a.m. and close at lunchtime, because we as consumers don't go to donuts. We don't buy donuts past 12 p.m., statistically speaking. So in these business models, they stopped selling donuts at 12 because they're not going to make much money, because most people only eat donuts during morning. In the same way, we vote with our dollar like that. You know, when we pay someone to do something that we disagree with, we're basically paying them to do this. You know, it's wrong, man. And if you think it's wrong, change it. Just because everyone around you is doing one thing doesn't mean you should do it too. You know, it's about what you think is right. You should do what you think is right. And if cereal, donuts, as long as it doesn't hurt anybody else, and this is a life thing, man. As long as it doesn't hurt somebody else, do what the hell you want. I don't give a shit. You know what I'm saying? But when it hurts someone else, when you're eating certain foods, when you're kicking a dog, you know what I'm saying? When you're beating somebody up or you're being racist or something, that's wrong. And I'm gonna change. If I'm a racist person, I'm gonna try to understand it. I'm gonna try to change. I'm not, but everyone says we're not. Yet people in the world are racist. Exist. I don't know why I'm using it as an example. It's a horrible example, but you get what I'm saying. So next time you pick up a box of Captain Crunch, really think about it. Think about, why is it that I'm eating this for breakfast? That's all I'm trying to say today.